We are living in a time where art is no more tactile. The new generation, their concept of art, their concept of creating image, um, is all in a platform which is not tactile. In films, when the film existed, it was still tactile. We could touch and feel formation of image. We could feel it, especially in a time. So there's going to be, in the times to come, there's going to be a generation who no more feel art as something that is to be felt. You know, it is in this time, a festival like this, where when you take a stroll in the stalls of this festival, you feel like going and touching the work of art. It's the image emerge out of the frame. That's what art is always meant to be, and it is actually one of the most life-changing walk through the stalls of this festival. And festival like this is very, very essential and need of the time for our future generation to understand what actually art means. So I feel very privileged and honored to be part of this festival.
How do you feel like being an art critic for a very long time?
Yes. I have to say, I started collecting art when I was just 18 years old. And my mother made me take my first paycheck and invest in a work of art. And at that point of time, I walked to the Jahangir Art Gallery and I bought Amba Das at 17,000 rupees back then, which was a huge sum of money for me to pay almost 30 years ago. And 35 years ago, actually, coming to think of it. And ever since then, my journey into art has begun. And I have to say, the world of art has not evolved. I have, because the world of art is constantly evolving, and everyone is so interpretational. What an artist paints and what you see may be two completely different things. So for me, it's always been interesting to know what the artist is thinking when they paint it and try to see it from their perspective, as well as how it makes me feel. Because for me, every work of art in my home so for me, every work of art is so personal. It's how it makes me feel. I like happy art. I like art that I wake up to, that makes me feel positive, that makes me feel vibrant, that makes my day start beautifully. And whether it's the use of colors, whether it's the theme of what is painted, whether it's the energy that emits from that painting, all of these things are very, very important. I've had very big artists on my walls. I've had young upcoming artists on my wall. The same way, for example, I may have designer handbags in my cupboard and also something of fashion street. Because it's all about how it makes you feel. It's your personal interaction with that particular work of art. And so for me, art is very personal. I love coming to exhibitions like this, where you get to see such a wide variety of artists, of interpretations, of different styles, of different ways of viewing art, and to decide your own what matches your personality. Is it watercolors for you? Is it acrylic? Is it abstract? Is it figurative? Is it what is your relationship with art? These can be defined at exhibitions like this when there's such a large variety to view and choose from.
How do you feel that it will be art?
Yeah, it's always it's always a deep joy, and I can say rather inspiration for the organizer when these kind of artists from different world come to meet the artists from visual world. And almost every year it is happening, from Bollywood, from even literature field. So one artist can, when he appreciate the work of other artists, that's a different thing. It's not coming from the layman. So of course, all these artists who are participating here, 550 artists, they feel inspired. Rather when yesterday we told them that both of this Resul sir and Pooja is coming, so they were thrilled. Bring them in my stall. Every stall there, 150 stalls. It's not possible. 150 stalls, even if you spend 2 minutes, it's 300 minutes. So with that, what they like now, they will see themselves, and then I think, experience also. We already have the walkthrough. So Pooja will have walkthrough, and then she will again have
version of what he was saying. I feel we need to get off the Western dependence of what the Western world categorizes anything as.
Exactly.
I think it's more important for us to categorize what we want the way we see it, and to give importance and relevance to what we feel is important, and get off the Western dependence of if they haven't categorized it, that means it's not relevant enough. We have to have our own standards. We are huge when it comes to art, culture, literature, history, etc., etc. What you should take away from here, for example, we're speaking of today, definitely everybody should take home a work of art, because you have to start somewhere, and there's no better place to start than here today, the here and the now.